Terry Lee has always dreamed of experiencing the thrill of jumping from an airplane and falling to earth. A dream that was all but shattered, though, in a car accident 17 years ago. Since then, Lee has been confined to a wheelchair, paralyzed from the chest down. But last weekend, he traveled to California to prove the impossible can be done. On a warm Saturday afternoon in Davis, California, 2.5 miles above the earth, Terry Lee's dream was about to come true.
From 13,500 feet up in the air, it's 2.5 miles. I kept repeating to myself, I'm just doing it for the thrill and the experience, and it definitely was that, a thrill. And what an experience, once in a lifetime.
Lee's life is literally in the hands of his tandem master, Dan O'Brien, a member of the 1988 Olympic skydiving team. A veteran of 5,000 jumps fastened securely to someone who's jumping for the very first time. Jumping with Leon O'Brien is another skydiver with a camera mounted on his helmet. And then the moment comes when Lee steps out into the unknown. Says he was excited, thrilled, anxious, and exhilarated. How about scared?
No, I wasn't scared. I was thrilled. I was so filled with, what's the word? I was so anxious to do it. Baby, just how you feel.
Two of the tensest moments of Lee's jump come when it's time to pull the parachute cord. No problems there. And the landing. With no life in his legs, he must depend on the legs of Dan O'Brien.
We were going a little fast, but I ended up landing on his lap, and his legs went under mine, so there's no problem whatsoever.
Yeah! Oh, yeah! Hang on, let's get you unhooked. God. Flying in the middle of nowhere into space. Oh, yes. Looking good, too.
You're going to do it again?
I can't wait to do it again. I'd go in a minute.
Oh, man.
Lee believes the only limitation most people have is found between their ears. After an experience like this one, he may be right. I'm Mark Bradshaw for CBS News.
Now, was that worth the drive? 13.5.
No time records were set in this year's race, but there was one very big first. Terry Lee of Grants Pass tackled the revenge in his wheelchair. A car accident paralyzed Terry from the shoulders down 5 years ago. He's done long races before, but never anything this tough. Why is he doing it? Well, the same reason all the other racers are.
Doing it for myself, just pure enjoyment, being out in the great outdoors here, just enjoying the sunshine and the camaraderie of the other bikers here. That's what it's all about.
A tow rope helped Terry get up the steep grade. Special brakes will help him get back down. No word yet on what his finishing time was.
On the top of a mountain in southern Oregon, 36-year-old Terry Lee of Grants Pass is doing something not many people, let alone disabled ones, get the nerve to do. He's going hang gliding.
I want to hang glide because I want to feel the sensation of flying as if I were a bird. I want to go up there and look down underneath me and know that there's a wing above me and just soar with the birds. Most definitely. I want to feel the freedom of it.
In 1973, Terry became a quadriplegic when his car wrapped around some trees. But he says he worked hard and he now has the use of his arms. Last year, he skydived in Northern California. He will be going up in a tandem glider with Dan Buchanan, a tandem instructor. Buchanan was involved in a motorcycle accident and is also disabled.
I was laid up for a little while from the bike accident. And I was flying again 6 or 8 months.
The hang glider was put together and the physical and mental sides were all set. Now that all the preparations have been made, these two disabled gentlemen are getting set to feel the freedom of flight.
Oh, yeah.
Both Terry Lee and Dan Buchanan hope other disabled people will realize there are no handicaps. I'm Kerry Kerwin for KOBI, KOTI Eyewitness News.
does having a disability mean? Does it mean you can't do something? Some people might think so. If you think so, keep on watching. This could change your mind. Believe it or not, the man in this wheelchair being pushed into the pool is actually having fun.
This isn't going to be like a Super Crip story, is it?
No, we won't make a tearjerker out of this one, but you have to admit it's a pretty amazing thing, and it's not every day that someone considered quadriplegic becomes a certified scuba diver.
The sports and recreation side of being disabled has opened up, and there's new avenues there for people to explore and get involved. And God, you know, I'm just an average Joe with a desire to learn how to scuba dive.
Extremely enthusiastic, almost fearless, Terry passed the diving class at Aqua Fantasy with flying colors. And as you can imagine, he could hardly wait to go on a real dive.
The first thing I heard was Terry screaming when he saw all the anemones and urchins. It was just incredible, you know, and he had such a good time, and he was smiling, and he picked up a starfish, and he wanted to keep it, and I was like, well, no, you can't really take a starfish out of the ocean. Ready to head down under?
Now, we all know the road of life is tough, but having a physical disability doesn't mean it has to be extra rocky. As a matter of fact, the only disability that really limits what we can do is the kind that we can't see.
The only disability or limitation that anyone has are the ones between their ears that they say they can't really do this. I have a pair of hand fins that give me the ability to be underwater and swim with a lot more power with my arms because of the loss of the legs. When I get in the water, I'm free as a dolphin. I can do backflips and somersaults and spins and rolls, and the water's a real equalizer.
Well, we hope this didn't turn into the same old song, but just in case it did, we may as well overdo it.
I gotta be. No, I don't know. This is fun. Let's get wet.
If you'd like to try your hand at the underwater adventure, you can give the folks at Aqua Fantasy a call. The number there is 776-DIVE. That's 776-3483. Watson DeVore and Judy Herring would be delighted to have you there. They can fill you in on all the upcoming class schedules and times and places, and I know you guys are going to call because I'm thinking about it myself.
Scuba diving's a lot of fun.
That's something it's a little scary to me.
Yeah, but especially in someone in his situation. But what a great story. Now he's considered a quadriplegic because he was using his arms.
Even though he can use his arm, he can't move his hands. Okay. So I guess that qualifies.
I think he should head over to the karaoke bar and start doing some singing.
Yes, good voice on him. Yes, definitely.
All right, great story. Thanks, Andre.
Thanks.